Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If today is your first time, you're very welcome. And if you've been on this channel before and you're back again, wow, you're very welcome. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to make this amazing kimono dress. You can wear it with or without a belt. So let's just get started. First of all, you want to draw a line and take 1/2 inch allowance off the edge of the paper. And after doing that, you want to mark your shoulder measurement. I'll be working with 16 inches shoulder measurement divided by 2. So I'm taking 8. So I'm marking the 8 inches. Then for my sleeve, for my kimono dress, the sleeve, I'm taking 6.5 inches to slope down from my shoulder. So that's 8 inches plus 6.5. Then I'll add 1/2 inch allowance for the sewing allowance round the edge of the sleeve, which means I'm taking 7 inches in total plus the 8 inches shoulder measurement. Next stage, I'm gonna be taking 4 by 4 for the width of the neck and 4 inches for the depth of the neck. So next thing is to take 1 inch of the shoulder slope of the dress. So I've taken 1 inch down, then I'm gonna connect from the neck area straight down from the 4 inches I've marked for the neck straight down to the sleeve area. So once that is done, I want to sort the neck area. So I want a round neck for the kimono dress. So I'm going to connect it together. That's it. So the next stage is marking out the armhole. So the total armhole is 17 inches. Divided by 2, that is 8.5 inches. So I'll be taking 8.5 inches for that, then add 1/2 inch allowance for ease. I am using 10.5 inches for the bust point from the shoulder area, and I've added 1/2 inch as well for the sewing allowance instead of adding the 1/2 inch on the shoulder line and the neckline. So I've gone ahead here to connect all the markings together. The next stage is measuring the waistline. I'm gonna take 16 inches from the shoulder, make a mark on it, another mark for accuracy, and I'll go ahead and connect the markings together with a ruler. So from the waistline to the hip line, I'm taking 8 inches down, then I'm gonna rule a line across. So the next stage here is to divide the bust by 4. So the bust is divided here by 4. So the extra allowance to make the dress free is 4 inches and half an inch for sewing allowance. So I'm going to do the same for the waistline. Divide the waistline by 4, then add 4 inches again and add half an inch sewing allowance. The same thing goes for the hip. Divide the hip by 4, add 4 for ease and half an inch sewing allowance. After that, I'm gonna be measuring the length of the dress. For this dress, I want 40 inches. Then I'm gonna be adding 1.5 inches for the hemline. So making 41.5 inches in total. That is the dress length there. Then that's the hemline allowance, which is the 1.5 inches. So now I'm connecting the sleeve to the bust line, as you can see. So what you can do for your dress sleeve, if you don't want it to be straight, you can take half an inch allowance in like that and go ahead and connect it. But in this case, I did not do that. I went ahead and cut it straight. The sleeve was straight and not slanty. So what I'm doing here is to connect that sleeve slope area to the waistline and from the waistline to the hip line. And I went ahead as well to connect it right to the hand of the dress. You can decide to go with the hip measurement for a straight dress, or you can take half an inch or 1 inch or 2 inches in, to make it a bit slanty at the end. But I'm gonna make this straight. So this is a straight dress. No slanting, no taking in of any inches. So as you can see, it's all straight down. So that's the pattern ready. So I will go ahead and make more markings on the pattern before cutting. Here I'm trying to draft the original bust line before I added the half an inch sewing allowance. So I'm just making some markings on it. It's essential you do this to your pattern, especially if you need to remember what exactly you've taken on the pattern. It's good to write all necessary information. And if it's for a client as well, you can as well just scribble down informations. And as well, it's important if you're someone who likes, who changes. Today you size 12 and another time you're size 14. It's just good to just take the accurate measurement at that time and make the markings dated. So I will cut the front panel now, then go ahead and use the front panel to cut the back panel. Like I said before, I'm going to be using the front panel to cut the back panel. Once you have completed cutting the back panel, you want to transfer everything from the front panel to the back panel. Make sure you make a note of every single thing you have on the front panel. We've come to the stage where we have to make our beautiful dress. So I'm using this Ankara fabric. It's so beautiful and it's patterned. As you can see, I'm gonna be targeting the peacock design. So I want the peacock right in front of my dress, and I want it at the back as well. So looking at the edge of the fabric, as you can see, the peacock isn't fully established there. So I've gone ahead to look for the next image, which is the full image of the peacock. Then what you want to do is to divide that image into two. Half, so half is on one side of your pattern and the other half is on the other side of your pattern when your dress is folded, because this pattern is half of the front of your dress. So you want that peacock image to represent half and half of it on each side, so that when you open up your fabric, the peacock is sitting at the center of the front of your dress. So that is what I'm establishing here, which I've done. I've folded the fabric into two. I've found where exactly the peacock is gonna be. Then I've gone ahead now to pin down my front pattern and cut out the front of the dress. As you can see here, the peacock is now sitting at the middle of the dress and it looks beautiful. Next stage is cutting the back as well. So I've placed the fabric where I want it to be and I've cut it out. So next stage here is to cut the facing for the neck of the dress. So I've placed my fabric there on fold. So you've got the front of your pattern on fold, you lay it on another fabric on fold. Then what I'm doing here is taking 1.5 inches for the facing, and I'll take 1/2 inch for the sewing allowance. So I'm actually taking 2 now, 1.5 inches for the real facing and 1/2 inch for the sewing allowance. So you go ahead and follow the neck pattern and cut it out. For the facing, you need the front side facing and you need another facing for your back for the back neck as well. So you need 2 in total. Here I'm gonna be adding pleated frills to the sleeve, as I don't want the sleeve to be plain. So I went ahead and took 3 inches for the frills, half an inch for folding in the edge of the frill, and half an inch to sew in to attach it to the sleeve area. So just watch me as I cut it. So I have cut 2, 1 for each sleeve. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a bit of a shape. As you can see, the sides are blunt, so I've curved it out, as I want it a bit curvy by the armhole itself. So it's not just gonna be straight. So I've given it a bit of a curve at the end. You will see how I'm gonna be working with it. So here I'm at the sleeve stage. As you can see, the sleeve is pleated. I've sewn the facing, I've sewn the dress together. So this is the sleeve. Easy, simple and straightforward, no complicated sewing. So guys, here we have the beautiful smart kimono dress. Very simple, easy to make within an hour. Let me know how you find the tutorial. Comment down below guys, I would like to hear from you. Make sure to subscribe and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.